Hey guys, it's Bully from Bully's Painting Parlour, but you already know that by now, I hope, because you are tuning in. Before I start lesson 5, part 2, which is called How Do You Clean This Sucker, I wanted to say a little thank you. I am blown away by the 104 subscribers, I think it is, and the number of people that have watched the videos, especially considering I'm doing this on an iPhone with a little tripod, with no experience or editing or anything else. So this is a great distraction from me from the troubles in life, and it's also nice to feel like I'm helping some people. So thank you for taking the time to watch my ramblings, and I really do hope that I continue to help you to become better painters, and certainly to be much more confident with your airbrushes. Okay, soppy bit over. I am going to move into cleaning the 2 airbrushes that I need to clean ready to paint tonight. In the last lesson, I pointed out the life hack of dropping them into the small glasses with the cleaning fluid, the Media airbrush cleaner. So in front of me, you can see 2 glasses. This is the one I ran all 10 colours through when I was doing the first part of Gorfang, and this is one I had done some blue work with on a commission. And this one I mentioned previously had been in for about 2 days. Or 3 days, and it's now been about 5 days. The airbrush will be absolutely fine to leave it in for that period of time. It's ideal for a lazy person, but you know, there's a limit in terms of how lazy you can be, so I'm going to quickly knock these up and clean them now. So all I need is, I normally do this in the kitchen sink, but I'm going to do it on camera. So this is just a tub of fresh water, and we're going to start by cleaning the one that's been in for the longest. So by the very nature of the fact that this has been in for so long, I'm just going to run the water through it and give it a bit of a dunk. And I'm just going to see if you can see in there, but this airbrush is already clean. You know, it's been soaking for a while, so it's already clean. And all I'm going to do now is run a brush through the end section. I'm going to run a brush through the cup section. I'm going to run a small brush through the aperture into the needle guide. Just need to make sure it threads the right way. And all I'm going to do is do that until I meet resistance, which is the internal O-ring, which we don't need to go past because paint won't go past there. And I am just going to quickly come in with a slightly bigger brush from the back and just clean out anything that the needle may have travelled back with it. And then I'm going to dunk it, which is effectively rinsing it. Tap it, give it a little blow, and the body and housing of this airbrush is now spotless. Just going to put it to one side. Next, we've got a big paint cup. I literally need to do nothing with this. I'm just going to dunk it. This would have had solid paint residue on, and in fact it's all in the bottom of the cup, and I'll show you that in a minute. All in the bottom of the glass. But I'm just rinsed out with fresh water, and I put it down. Next up, we've got the trigger assembly. I always, just out of OCD, run a brush through the trigger assembly and through the needle guide and just give it a clean. It generally doesn't need it. In fact, this one's spotless, but I just like to do it anyway. Okay, then we're going to take out the needle guard and the nozzle. So this is a pinch aperture, so in order to clean this one, I am going to use my helpfully pre-bent brush, and I am just going to run it through its channel quite nicely, and I'm going to switch down a size, and I'm going to go into the body of the guard, give it a twist around. There's nothing in here. This is again spotless. It's been in the cleaner for so long, and I'm just going to drop that one down. If there's going to be any crap anywhere, it's going to be in this little bit, which, as we know, is the nozzle. So using the 2 smallest brushes, first off I'm going to work with a bigger one, and I'm going to go in and out, and I'm going to twist it around, pull it out. And normally you would have some residue of paint on there, but there isn't any because it's clean. And then I am going to use the small one and just get a bit further in towards the housing. At this stage, if you need to, you can use one of those reaming tools, place it in and very gently turn it around to clean the end of the nozzle out. Doesn't require it. So this one's just a straightforward, simple dunk. again, and I'm going to put it down on the cloth. It's really important, especially if you have OCD like me, to keep the airbrushes as an airbrush. So if you've got more than one airbrush, it's about specifically making sure that they stay together. Don't interchange the parts. They are in theory interchangeable. It's just never a particularly good idea to do it. I'm gonna take, actually, let's see if I can take and show you the inside of this glass. So if we look at the inside of the glass, you can see that crap. So first off, the blue tinge is the paint that's been atomized and has been lifted off by the cleaner, and all of the flakes and gunk of paint are the stuff that will have been in the nozzle housing, the nozzle, and the majority of those long big pieces will be in the paint cup. So we can see that the cleaner is particularly effective, and all I would do now is just pour this down the sink and rinse it away. This one was really heavily used, so I won't clean the whole thing on camera because you've just seen me clean an airbrush, so there's no point in doing that. I'm going to see if I can fish out the nozzle, which of course I won't be able to do. Okay, because this was used a lot, so in theory if I do this one you should see some gunk still present. So we're going to take the nozzle again, which is the bit we talked about before. We're going to go in with the big brush, twist it, and then we're going to pump. And actually, it's clean, pretty much, which is great. So, 24 hours in the airbrush cleaner in the glass. Let's go right into the nozzle and see how far we can get, and see if anything comes out. And again, no. So I am going to just dunk that back in the cleaner for now, for ease while I'm cleaning up. And then off cam, I will clean the other one. So once you've got your airbrush that you've just cleaned, get some dry kitchen towel and polish it all up, get rid of all the grease and the fingerprints, and then you're going to use the Iwata airbrush lube, or whichever your chosen brand is, and you're going to put the airbrush back together again, ready for your next painting. So airbrush cleaning is that simple. I mean, it really is that simple. People spend hours and hours doing it and get it wrong. Keep it simple, stupid. Right, next lesson will be lesson 6, part 1. And in lesson 6, part 1, we're going to start introducing colours and start layering and sort of soft blending and starting to put some texture onto whichever model I'll be working on the next video. Thanks for watching.